Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video I want to talk about some disappointing feelings I have towards both Wuwa and HSR. Right, now if you guys will remember, I do think a little bit ago I made a video, it wasn't my last video on like 3 things I want from Wuwa, either that or it was like a Wuwa video similar to this before that one, right, where I said I don't want any more, or at least not as frequent, back-to-back best in slots on the same patches, right? Because I'd say since about Cartethia and Chacona, they became much more open to just releasing back-to-back best in slots characters for the same teams on the exact same patches, right? And it's basically become a normalized thing at this point. And one of the few things I've been praising HSR for quite a while now was that they didn't do this. They always made sure to separate best in slots between patches. However, now we have Sparksy and Yao Guang on the exact same patch who are best in slot for each other. Now I will say, I do think both 3.1 and 3.2 and possibly even future patches will not have this same thing occur, because Yao Guang is just a general Elation support, so it's not just Sparksy she supports but every future Elation DPS. However, it still does not excuse it. It would have been so much better if Yao Guang was placed in 3.1, because it would give more people time to afford both Yao Guang and Sparksy instead of having to wait all the way until a rerun, right? And Wuwa has hit a record. You know, they were the ones who originally did this, and now I guess HSR took a lesson from it, and then Solon and Dawe must be in fucking rooms giggling it up, saying, you know what, I'll do you one better, right? And so AMS' entire Toon Break team is triple back-to-back, okay? It is it is Lene, then Mornai, then Ameth. All 3 of these banners are back-to-back with each other. Now, I will say, I know this is going to be brought up. Yes, Ameth has a negative status team, right? So if you can't afford her full Toon Break team currently, or you don't want to go for her Toon Break supports, then it probably is better to end up getting her negative status team, right? However, Ameth's Toon Break team has significantly higher value as compared to her negative status team for one simple reason. Both Lene and Mornai are generalist supports who can work in absolutely any team. However, Chisa is mainly targeted towards just negative status, and a Fusion burst sub DPS would obviously only be targeted towards her team, right? So with this being the case, I think it's pretty, purposeful that they put Lene Mornai right before Ameth and gave her the ability to run a Toon Break team, because this game is fully aware of the value they put into units, and they know most people would prefer to go Lene Mornai than they would Chisa plus a Fusion burst sub DPS, right? So triple back-to-back best in slot is fucking insanity, okay? Like, genuinely, what are we doing? I understand this game has a guaranteed weapon banner. I understand this game's power creep and HP inflation is slower as compared to a lot of its competition, but the good things don't balance out or mean you can just start going fucking ham on the banners, right? Because come the fuck on, dude. How in the world is anybody supposed to get these characters back to back? Now, right? One saving grace, and I already made a video on this. Don't mind if I do, right? But there's one saving grace, and that is the fact that there is the Annie upcoming, right? So even though you have to wait until 3.3, there should be Annie rerun banners for all banners from 3.1 and earlier, meaning Ameth, Mornai, and Lene should be there on the Annie. But wait, the Annie is right before the collab, right? So you milk all your pulls on the Annie and then can't afford the collab, if you do want to do this shit. I mean, dude, they have made sure to sandwich their players as much as possible. I mean, it's fucking insanity, right? So I hope HSR and Wuwa, you know, they don't give a fuck about what I say, right? To be honest, at this point, it's just me venting my frustrations about this shit and wanting to see if there's like anyone else who feels the same as me. Dude, why do they keep doing this, right? Like, can you not just put, you know, an Augusta on one patch, a Yuno in another patch, a Galbraina on one patch, a QU1 in another patch? I mean, this entire Ameth team, couldn't you have delayed Ameth to maybe like, I don't know, 3.2? Right? Something to not make it triple back-to-back best in slots, because this shit is getting egregious, right? You started off with getting comfortable with double best in back-to-back best in slots, and now we're reaching the level of triple. Is this now going to be more normalized going into the future? I hope not, right? So, love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. This is a bit more of like a crash out video, I guess. I mean, man, why do these games do this, dude? I know they're gacha games, but why, right? Like, you're just trying it feels like you're trying to get the player to be mad. You're trying to get the player to quit. I know you're desperate to make more and more money, but you already make enough. Come on, man. I don't make anywhere near as much money as you do. Cut me some fucking slack. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.